Hello everyone, welcome to day 244 of playing chess every day for you. Let's find the game. Starting as white against the 1300. They're playing the Caro-Kann, so I'll play into it. They should play bishop at f5, and they do. I can go and trade it off straight away, but I can just develop normally here as well. I like to trade their light squared bishop off. They do lock it in. If they go here, I have this. I like to get them to take. They do take. I'll recapture here. And this move, if they push, takes, I have to leave, so that doesn't really work. I should probably just develop my other knight and castle. They do hit the center. I have a check, and I've had this before, where I give a check. They should block with their queen or their knight. But if they block with the knight, I can take here. I can't go for this check. The queen blocking, we just trade. I can also take now, and if they take, that blunders. And if I take now, and they take, they could blunder the pawn. I don't think they will, but I am giving them a strong square. Okay, so doesn't this move just lose the piece? Only knight blocks works. Then I can take here. Knight d7 looks like the only move, and then I take here. Yeah, they found the only move, so I can take here. I could strike the bishop now. I could go for this weird looking move. The bishop would have to go back, and then I can take here. I can also go here, and I'm trying to just... I mean, this move... Now it doesn't work at all. I could take the pawn, and I think I will. Don't think they can trap my queen. They do target my queen. I can't take the pawn. I can go here, and so I have to move the queen. I can go here or here. If I go here, I have an escape, so this is probably the best square. If I go here, I am completely pinning the knight though, which I like a lot. But I don't really have a way of attacking that at the moment. I don't have a light squared bishop, and so I'll probably just leave here. If I develop this knight, they can push here, which I don't like. So I could probably just castle as my next move. I could play knight to d2, knight bd2, and then knight to b3 to attack the bishop. And maybe jump into this square eventually, which could be nice for me. If I can remove the bishop, I'd be attacking this. They develop another knight, maybe they're trying to go here to attack this. But I can just castle and bring my rook over. Castling seems okay. If they do go here, they can't play that at the moment. They can play here to attack the pawn, but then if I castle and bring my rook over, I'll be fine. I could have also pinned this knight now. Okay, so I still have this move now. And if they don't move, I can take. But they will probably move. No, the knight will be pinned, so if they block. So here, if they block, I take, they take. That weakens their king so much. So this must be a good move for me. This has to be a strong move. The knight's already protected though, so if the bishop takes, there's no problem for them. Pushing though is very bad. I could bring my knight into b5 and then probably here. They definitely shouldn't block with f6. That would not be good. It would open up their king completely. They played this move. I guess they're attacking 2 pawns here. This is weak. If I take, they can take this way. So I want to keep the pin on this, definitely. This move protects the pawn. But this move allows the bishop to take. But then if the bishop does take, I have 2 attackers on this, so I'll go for this move. even though it looks very ugly. Bishop takes just walks into a fork, so... And if they don't take, I can actually fight for a very nice square. This would be a fantastic square for my knight. Queen over doesn't seem that good. This is really weak. They unpin their queen though, and they are attacking this. If I take, the bishop has to take, and then I have to bring my rook over, I think. I now do have this move though. And I'm tempoing the queen. I think this knight to b5 move is the best that I have. They'd have to move their queen or go into a queen trade. I'm giving up another pawn. They just go back with their queen, which makes sense. Although I can take here, because if they take here I can win a pawn. But then I guess they pick up my knight. Although if I take here and they recapture, I do have two knights which are defended, but then the queen can take here. But then I can take here, so... The bishop has to take, I can play knight to d4. Both these pieces are protected. And so now they are attacking the knight. So I do have to defend it. The best way to defend it could be rook over. Rook over seems interesting. But I think knight d3 is the best, because then I'm attacking this. And then this. So, knight d4. They can take, but then I take. Yeah, I think knight d4 is good. Rook b1 also looks good, but it loses a pawn straight away. I'll go for knight to d4. It does give up this pawn though, but I'll just take here and I'm attacking the bishop, so this looks fine. I also have this move, which is just a fork. Knight c5 looks really strong. I guess they take here. I'm just attacking this. If they go here, and they do find the actual best move, so well played to them. But now I have this move. That bishop move gives me queen here. And I'm forking the two pieces. If they take, I can take here. Queen here. I'm attacking the knight. Yeah, queen c6 looks the best. They take here, but then I take here. But queen c6, rook here. Queen c6, if they take, I can take, and if they take, queen c6, if they just take here, I guess I take here. Rook over, I have to move. And I'm only really attacking the knight, and they can just defend it. I guess I have a move taking here, which wins 2 pawns with a check. And maybe I actually missed this. It's a fork. Okay, so they just go ahead and take. They stop my plans. This was a fork though. If they took, I'd have a check. Maybe that's a big miss from me. I'll go ahead and take here. I'm still attacking the knight. I could take the knight first. But then if they move their rook, they're attacking my rook. So if I take here, taking the bishop has to be best. If I take the knight though, the bishop's still hanging, it has to move. My queen still protects my knight. But then they can take here, so... Yeah, I probably have to just take here. They can take here. I have this move attacking the rook, and if they take, the problem is I don't pick up the knight, I only pick up. So this move looks so crazy. If I take, they don't have to take, they could tempo my queen. So if I take, and they take, this is a check. Do I win all the central pawns there? I can't tell. I am down the pawn, so I probably shouldn't be playing this move. They are attacking my queen at the moment, so I have to move it. I could go here to attack the rook. The rook just goes back probably. And then I have this move. Although if I go here, they have this move. And I do win a pawn here with this discovery. Although the knight's actually protected, so I don't. I can't actually take the rook because it's already protected by the queen. I can attack the knight because the queen, if I take and the queen takes, I take here. Rook e1's probably best, rook fe1. They get this square, which is very annoying for me. They do tempo my queen. This is probably the best move. Pinning the knight to the queen, then I have a fork. So if I pin the knight to the queen, I go here. They can still just take because taking the queen would give them takes. And I'm just losing my pawns. Although I like the idea of pinning that knight. And they can't really defend that knight, so maybe this is the best move. Without pushing the pawn. And yes, they can take here. Or not at the moment because my knight's here. But I'm just threatening knight f3. If they lock their knight in, I just take. They have to really weaken their center. This move doesn't actually work because they just take. And I'm still down a pawn, but knight to f3 looks very nice. Forcing them to push. I could block the rook like this, but they take here. Knight to f3 looks very good. They go for this, which tempers my knight, but it doesn't really do that much. If I take here, yeah, I don't have that much here. Going back attacks the knight. They're not really threatening to take. If I go here, they can take, but then I take here. And I win the piece, so they can just pin my knight to my queen now. But then I take here, so it doesn't work. They have to push. And damage their structure, and then I play rook over. If queen takes, it's more interesting, but yeah, queen takes is interesting. I do have this. And if I go here, they take here. If I trade and I play this, they can always just bring their rook in front, or even just push. And if this structure is actually okay for my king. They take here, I just recapture. They can push, I can push here. I don't like how they can attack me on this side so easily. Honestly, they're offering me a draw. And this absolutely looks like a draw, and I don't really want to play this, so I'll take the draw. I know it's probably... Okay, it's actually completely losing for me, so... They accept the draw when they're completely winning, which is great for me. Let's look at this game. I played at an 80.4, they played an 88.8. They played better than me. They had one miss. I didn't miss anything, but I made 4 mistakes this game. So let's look at this. The opening's good. I can take the 3 pawns, it's not that bad. I find the best move. This bishop move's a mistake because it allows them to just take. But how come it leaves a pawn hanging? If they take, because it gives them rook takes b2, and that's what did happen, but knight b3 is bad. The bishop can always just pile pressure onto the pawn, onto the knight. Chess.com's being very laggy today. So many errors happening. This knight move isn't great. They find this. I should have actually dropped back and allowed them to take this. They do win a pawn. I have this move, but it doesn't do that much. This is the best move, pinning the knight. I thought this was really good, but they should have actually taken because they're... Okay, it comes with a check. So I have to take this way. That's not great for me. Rook over is not good. And they're actually completely winning here because their pawns, they have central pawns. They can definitely make a passed pawn here because their rooks are so much more active than mine. This rook is not playing at all, it's just defending the back rank and one pawn. These two rooks are so strong. They can easily pick up way more pawns and start pushing. This is completely winning for black. The pawn structure is much better than mine, and they have much more activity. So I'm happy to take a draw here. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.